You know that feeling when you're around people, and nothing is wrong, but something still feels off. The conversations move, the laughter happens at the right moments, and yet, a part of you stays slightly distant, not uncomfortable, just unconvinced. There's a certain kind of person who notices this more than others, and over time that distance starts to get labeled quiet, reserved, maybe even antisocial. It's subtle, but it carries weight. As if preferring your own space means something is missing, instead of something being different. But there's more going on here than people realize. When someone with a highly active mind spends time alone, it isn't always about avoiding others. Research in cognitive psychology suggests that deeper thinkers process social interaction differently. Their brains don't just register words or expressions. They analyze tone, patterns, inconsistencies, and underlying meaning. It's a richer experience, but also a more demanding one. From a neuroscience perspective, this often connects to how the brain manages stimulation. Some individuals naturally operate at a higher baseline level of mental activity, so what feels like normal social energy to one person can feel overwhelming to another. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, accumulating sense of mental fatigue. And this doesn't appear out of nowhere. For many, it traces back to early experiences, environments where observation mattered more than expression, where understanding people required noticing subtle cues. Over time, the mind adapts. It learns to process deeply, to anticipate, to reflect. Being alone then becomes less of a preference, and more of a place where the mind can finally settle, without filtering everything. That doesn't make it better or worse than being social. It's simply a different configuration. Some people recharge through connection, others through distance. Neither is more correct. They just serve different internal systems. What's often overlooked is the trade-off. The same depth that makes solitude comfortable can also make connection feel complicated. When you see layers in everything, it becomes harder to stay on the surface. Small talk feels thin. Interactions can feel predictable, and yet, beneath that, there's often a quiet desire for something real, something that matches the depth you naturally move through. So the distance isn't indifference, it's selectivity. And maybe that's the part that doesn't get said enough. There's nothing broken about needing space to think, to process, to exist without constant input. It makes sense, given how your mind works. It always has. If anything, it's a reflection of how carefully you experience the world. And if this feels familiar, there are other patterns like this, subtle ways your mind shapes how you move through people, through conversations, even through silence. You just have to start